I'm Kurt Fieldhouse, the founder of C2MG Builders. We do residential renovations, new home construction, and we do some light commercial work. I was an infantry paratrooper in the military. I did 3 years active, and then afterwards I did 5 years in the reserves. My dad was in the military. My daughter Gretchen is currently serving in the military. We try and hire as many vets as we can. Definitely a soft spot for vets in this company.
I run all operations, working with project managers, clients, homeowners, just getting the projects off the ground, running, making sure they're running properly, keep an eye on quality, all that kind of stuff.
I met Kurt about 7 or 8 years ago through C12, which is a Christian business owners group. And so that is a whole group based around folks that are trying to bring Sunday into Monday.
When we fit out this office at the end of 2020, Kurt had some ideas for his office, I had some ideas for mine, and I fitted out my whole office. I built my desk, I built the flag.
We're all about the American flag here. Everything is about America, made in America, the flag. And we kind of had a subtle competition for each other's office and who was gonna win the competition. So my office is a complete flag. Floors to walls to stars on the wall.
He had the idea of painting his floor and doing stars on the wall, so he hopped on my bandwagon a little bit. I think he remembers it differently.
And Jimmy made a flag on the wall with hand-hewn lumber that he got locally sourced from a local sawmill.
And, I did the flag. That's where the flag started. I wanted to look like it was on a barn for like 100 years, So if you look at mine, it's kind of faded. I have the old steel with the square bolts. I actually had it blued like you do on a gun barrel to make it look like an old cannon. I'm just thinking about what if this flag was 100 years ago, you know what I mean?
We're always looking for ways to give back. To those who've been given much, much will be expected, right? Age-old expression. One of our partners at the North Bennett Street School contacted us to help with the Home Base organization.
Home Base is a Red Sox Foundation and Massachusetts General Hospital program that's dedicated to healing the invisible wounds of war for veterans of all eras, service members, military families, and families of the fallen, all at no cost to them. This wall recognizes and thanks those who have given a significant amount of funding to support our programs.
It's like a thank you wall with all the people that have donated funds to this mission. They had a couple conceptual ideas that they had gotten from sign companies. I offered up a suggestion about some things that we have done, and that's how what we're doing got started. We have a guy, Jeff Hanley, who works for us, Marine vet, saw some stuff over in Iraq, and this to me was a perfect way for Jeff to get involved for a cause that he himself loves and understands. So we engaged Jeff to do this, and that's what's going on. So Jeff has built all this, organized all this, put all this together.
I'm a carpenter and woodworker. I honestly do whatever's asked of me, but I am hired on as a carpenter. I attended North Bennett Street School for their carpentry program, graduated from there, and also their cabinet and furniture program. I do everything from framing to finish work. I've been coordinating between different subcontractors that we frequently work with to get some different components made and produced for the project.
And we got our steel guy involved, bending up the steel. We got our roofer cutting the stars and bending them.
He's always doing something for the veterans. They made a bunch of flags over the years, and they suckered me into making all the stars. And they were small stars and some big stars and all different size stars. And then when they mentioned this and they said, would you be interested? I said, absolutely. I got it down pat. So this is a no-brainer for me. Right. They wanted shiny white. I basically put the star on here and I trace it. It takes a little bit of time. I cut a bunch of these while I was watching TV. So I'm just bending it. So I start off with the back first, and you do the other side, and you join the point, and then I'm going to drill a hole in the center of it.
To actually, have something that's going to just be kind of the center of attention somewhere and dedicated to such a great organization, I feel like it's an honor that I got to, take part in this. It's even more of an honor that I get to lead the project. And I just feel like I'm very blessed.
As you enter the National Center today, you're going to see an amazing handcrafted American flag that was prepared and built by a veteran-owned company with love in their heart.
At the end of the day, God gives us resources to steward. what are you doing with those resources and who's impacted by this? All the men and women that served and that can look up on that wall and see that, and see where it came from and how does that honor God and what we're doing? So at the end of the day, I guess it just comes down to, it's all about what are you measuring?